Same. Full capture. Oh, shit, I'm recording. Awning, ah?
Awning.
We are awning. Oh, we are beep beeps everywhere. That means we are recording already.
Recording.
This one won't drop. Okay.
Hi, folks. We are in the new G20.
Wait, need to clap first so that to get the audio to sync.
Oh, that kind of clap. Sorry.
One,
Do
two.
again.
Okay.
Yep.
Now can talk. Hey, folks, we're in the G20 3 Series 330i.
Yeah.
And Bobby's driving. We got Con behind. And we're doing a sort of like a group drive today to talk about the essence of a 3 Series and
We're
why.
in comfort mode, and Con's phone will drop when I launch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm holding it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Turn off
switch
the-
off the
Yeah.
start,
Start stop. And okay, so we're launching. And, that is comfort mode.
Yeah.
That is comfort from a 4-cylinder engine.
It's crazy.
200 and
The-
what? 58, is it?
258
bhp and 400 Newton meters of torque.
400.
The pool of this,
400.
the pool of this engine is crazy.
Man, and it's a 4-cylinder twin scroll turbo, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Twin scroll turbo.
I mean,
my goodness.
we experienced this in the 7 Series and the 6 Series, but those being heavier cars, we don't feel the relentlessness of it quite acutely as we are facing it here.
I tell you what I'm feeling though. I'm feeling every single freaking bump in this road.
Yes.
Yes.
This BMW is raw. Bobby, you were saying
Yes.
something just now in regards to how they have tuned this car to be more
Edgy.
edgy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Con said edgy as well. To me, it feels very raw. Actually, I can feel everything.
You know what? Anyone who has went and test driven the F30
Yeah.
and then withhold their purchase because they heard the G20 is coming,
Yeah.
and then now they go and test
Drive
drive the
this.
G20,
Yeah.
they're gonna be so disappointed with the comfort levels.
Yep.
Definitely,
Right? But the
definitely.
car
I had
is a
one. I had one
lot
comment.
faster.
I had one comment on my video. This guy has already booked the C300,
Yep.
and now he's thinking about cancelling it to actually get this.
Yep.
And I told him that if you're looking for comfort, you're not going to want to cancel to buy this.
Yeah.
But in that respect, I love the way it's so in tune with everything. You can feel everything.
Yep.
That's what they've done, haven't they?
See whatever you see in front,
Yeah.
You feel it.
the exact topography.
Yes.
I can feel the painted white lines. Okay.
BMW is saying you haven't been. You say our cars don't give you feedback, right?
No,
we
nah.
give you feedback.
Extra
Makan
dosage.
yeah. All the feedback in the world.
Yeah.
So they say they want this to be reminiscent of the E46.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
And is that your first?
Yes, that was actually one of the first BM 3 Series that I test drove officially as a
Brand
media.
new lah.
Brand new.
Did you went overseas? Or?
No, it was here. It was local, and I remember it was an SMG. It had one of those had an SMG
I remember that one,
gearbox.
the
SMG
325i.
Yes.
The one with the bright yellow paint.
bright yellow paint job.
Single
kind of like
clutch.
gold.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah,
goldish.
yeah.
Single clutch automated manual.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The SMG, which is not very well received.
So when it changes gears, you go like.
Go.
Yeah. That one
Yeah.
you have to actually release the throttle when you enter. You have to
Yes.
activate the gear change and you release the throttle.
I call it the lift and shift technique. Okay,
Yes.
I do that with the seller speed in Alfa Romeo as well. You have to do that. You lift, let it shift, and then you accelerate again.
You know,
If not,
I've written something about this. I said every car that has single clutch automated manual, all they need is just one red blinking indicator
Yes.
to let us know
when
the
it
fucker
blinks,
wants to.
you let go.
Yes.
Yes.
Then you accelerate.
You saw it. You let
And
go.
it's-
Then it will shift. It will
I
smooth.
tell you, once you have mastered that, it is fantastic.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But if you treat it like an actual automatic, normal automatic,
Yep.
you're gonna hate this.
So have you owned a single clutch automatic before?
No,
Not you.
no.
My wife did.
Not really. Really?
Fiat Panda.
Oh yeah. Fiat Panda's got that. Yes.
But they almost killed her. Halfway turning highway, the car shut off, and then the steering was locked.
Yeah.
So she need to twist the keys again to
My-
let go of the steering wheel.
My Fiat Brava almost killed me, and that's why I sold it the day right after that. I was on Karak Highway. I was alone. I wasn't racing. I was alone. I was charging into a corner. So brake, downshift, no brakes. Cannot downshift. No clutch. Clutch went all the way to the. I lost everything. I lost brakes and I lost clutch at the same time, charging into a corner. So I had to just do one of those Scandinavian flick things.
Yep.
To just let the tail come out and then just drift
Your
and pray that I don't hit the barrier. It was a left-hander.
your scenario just sounds like a driver's nightmare.
So you say you weren't speeding.
No.
So after you did that slide, imagine like in front of us a policeman.
Yeah.
He stops you. Tadi
Yeah.
apa buat? Encik, saya tak ada speeding.
Tak ada. I can show him.
Saya drifting saja.
Tak ada break. I had to slow down somehow, go sideways slow. But I sold the car after that because
I imagine you.
no, cannot. But I told the new buyer that, check out the brakes and the clutch.
So can I ask,
Yes.
when you test drove the E46,
Yes.
that was back in year 1998, I presume.
Yeah.
Right?
No, the SMG
Dinosaurs were still roaming.
The SMG
They were-
version came much later, would it?
It was around after that, yeah. It was
Yeah,
slightly after
2000s,
that. Around
yeah.
that, yeah.
Right. And then, okay, that was like 21 years ago, right? 20
Thereabouts.
years ago, right?
Yeah.
During that time, do you love the E30 already? Or the E36 for that matter?
Actually, to be honest, I've never really loved the E30 until I was helping a friend sell one, and I think you remember who bought it. And then he bought another two-door. But in the meantime, I had that four-door running around with me. The number plate was DS3817, I think.
Yeah.
I was running around with it, and I was like, wow, this car feels so in tune with I can feel everything it's doing.
Yeah,
because remember back then it was ultimate driving machine.
Yeah.
Later only they turned it into sheer driving pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay. So back in the UDM days, I think BMW was very much into making drivers cars.
Yep.
Whereas now they're making cars for more general
Mainstream
population,
tastes.
mainstream tastes. Yeah. Except for this one. This one, I'm feeling everything. Bobby, when you went over the painted white line just now, I felt it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but to be fair, right, there is still some pliancy there. Some pliancy there, right?
Okay.
But yeah,
Would you say it's Civic FDR too?
No, not even.
No,
Definitely not as
way
not-
more
not-
comfortable
Way
than
more
that.
comfy lah.
I think it's very similar to the Renault Megane RS.
Yeah.
very
fair
similar
assessment.
to that.
Fair assessment.
This is yellow lines.
Yeah, the rumble strips. Yeah. Yeah, you agree.
This is just yellow lines, okay?
Not the red ones, huh?
Not even the red ones.
yeah.
The red ones will be like. Sorry, just need to.
I think the pliancy
emphasize.
that you felt, right, came from the fact that it's spec 18-inch wheels.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mentioned in my video.
Imagine
it was
19.
It was a good call.
Wait, these are 18s, right?
18s.
Okay.
Yeah, and I said in my video it was a good call on BMW Malaysia's part to spec 18s onto the G20 as per this suspension spec.
So another thing I want to ask, the E30 era,
Yeah.
alright, I think
Notice I said yeah.
even in your school days,
Yes.
it must have been one of the cars that you were like,
I'll tell you about the
you want that car, right?
the E30 when it first came out. I was actually not in school already. I was working my first job, and every advertising exec or manager during that time in Malaysia lusted after the E30. Everybody and his uncle wanted to buy one. In fact, I remember a company bought 10 units as company cars for their managers because
No shit.
because they said that they value their employees and they want them to be happy when they come to work, when they drive to work, and when they drive home. So they bought 10 units of E30 318i, but still a freaking BMW.
1.8 the era,
Hey,
it's considered a
that
big
time
engine.
1.8 was
So that era, BMW is already famous with their 6-cylinder engines, right?
Yes.
The
but not in the
2.5s.
318 lah. After 2.5 and
I don't know.
2.5 and above, right?
323 as well, I think.
Yes.
Even before that.
So the E30 has 6-cylinder engines.
320i, 323, 325.
There we go.
Then can I ask, during the era of no replacement for displacement, why is it that the M3 E30 is a 4-cylinder?
E30 is a 4-cylinder. I think it was
It's a
because
2-liter 4-cylinder.
2.3.
remember the M3 was made as a homologation model so they could go DTM racing.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, it's the rule of DTM.
Yes, you must have a homologated model. So I think that's why
And they required it to be a 4-cylinder engine in that class or something.
in that class.
Yes.
I believe so. I could be wrong.
You know,
Tell us if we're wrong.
I read about that part. You know the Mercedes 190e Cosworth.
Oh yeah.
You know that one. I really pity the car when I read the history because they developed the car, they homologated it to go DTM, right?
Yeah.
And then it got slaughtered by the E30. Then they want to bring the car to rally. Then Quattro happened.
Quattro happened. Quattro happened. Yes, Quattro happened and blew everybody away. Oh my goodness.
That was like, oh, okay. Hey, I want to ask, E30 era
Yeah.
or E21 for that matter, in Malaysia at that time,
Yeah.
is it true that last time people are still like the youngsters are all buying either BMWs or Alfa Romeos.
Okay, if you look at it from the 80s perspective,
Yeah.
during the time when I was still in school but already got my driver's license,
Yeah.
the hot cars at the time were not. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
did you feel that? Yeah, I felt that too.
Felt a little jiggle.
The
Yeah.
hot cars at the time were not actually the BMs and the Mercs and all, because they were very expensive. I'll give you an example. My 1983 Mercedes-Benz W126
Yeah.
was 89,000 ringgit when it first came out. Okay, 89,000 ringgit. Now, to put that into more perspective, my
Yeah.
house in Kelana Jaya at the time was 47,000 ringgit.
But can you point out another car during the era so that we have like a
Yeah.
gauge?
That back then,
Mm.
the hot cars on the road were the Japanese cars actually.
Yeah.
The hottest ones actually being the ones from Ford and Mazda. Okay, the Ford Laser S and its twin, the Mazda 323.
Yeah.
1.5 at the time was considered very big already.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and with dual overhead cams and all that, it was considered like a okay. So every boy racer and his uncle wanted one,
Yeah.
and those cars did very well. Then in the early 90s, very early 90s, the 3 Series like the E30 came out.
Yeah.
And at that time, boy racers were already growing up a little bit. So what do you graduate to from a Ford Laser S? If you want something a little bit more upmarket, a little bit more posh,
Yeah.
you go to a BMW. You go to a BMW.
And
But
from-
that said,
Mm.
the Japanese were still going very strong.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example of performance versus performance.
Mm.
When the 318 came out, it was a 1.8 engine, right?
Yep.
BMW 4-cylinder,
Yeah.
1.8.
Yep.
Ford at the time also came out with a 4-cylinder, 1.8,
Yep.
with 143 bhp.
Whoa. That
Blue-
era,
oh, yeah.
1.8.
The
Wow.
TX3. The
What?
TX3, when it first came out in 1990,
My
had
God.
143 bhp right out of the crate.
Wow.
From a 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated 1.8 engine. So,
Even today, right?
by that standards,
No, even
current
today,
standards.
your Civic 1.8 are all still still playing in the 140 horsepower thereabouts, you know.
And this
Yeah.
was 25 years ago.
Whoosh. Ooh.
So, yeah.
And then the E30, and the day we saw the E36, right?
Yeah.
I realized over the generations, right, the biggest leap is from E30 to E36. It's like
Yeah.
a totally
Yes.
different kind
Yeah.
of car.
It's a huge
Whole
leap.
car
You pointed
grew.
out some very interesting points about the kidney grille and how it was actually used to be just like one piece, and
Yeah.
then suddenly they separated it.
Uh,
And then for the 46, the bonnet actually.
yeah, that's the only
Yeah,
one,
that is
right?
so cool. The
Yeah.
46, I never really noticed that until you pointed it out. The bonnet of the E46 goes all the way down to the
Yeah.
bumper,
Yes.
whereas the ones before and after, the bonnet stops here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like this.
Yep.
Fantastic. Now these are still painted white lines, okay? Yellow lines.
But
Even
actually, I
the
think,
camera is
right,
shaking.
the E30 also was a very important milestone car, because the E30 was the first car that was the first 3 Series that came with a 4-door.
These are the red lines.
Yeah. Right? It came with a 4-door.
4-door. Yeah.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
Before that, E21 was
Yeah,
all 2-door.
and then the 318 being, you know, a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine, it had the right displacement that is not too high that the road tax become prohibitively expensive, but
Yeah.
it's still high enough that you know it had a performance gap with the
It's the 4-door sports car of its era.
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
It is like I said, every account manager in every advertising agency all over Malaysia
Yeah.
definitely wanted one of those.
And I look at the whole history, right? I realized that the profile of this car,
yeah.
the profile of this, and the profile of the F30,
Mhm.
E90, that profile, this short rear tail,
Yeah.
you know, came from the E36.
Correct. Correct. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Correct. The 36 was the first of the wedge. When people were designing cars to look like a wedge, the Alpha 155, the epitome of a wedge. And there we go.
Oh, that car was for
39
sale.
plate.
That car was for sale when I was hunting for my E39.
39 plate.
And some of the number plates,
Yeah.
39.
And you don't like the M5 body kit, right?
I don't say I don't like
with
lah,
the 39
but-
number plate. Very, very nice.
Con loves uncle spec cars.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a hell of an uncle spec car, okay? The
So
E39
beautiful, so
is still one of the nicest ones, and I think it will still look good in 20 years.
My God,
it's still a
it's
good
This
just
car
Yes.
is so well kept.
Speaking of cars
Gorgeous.
that look good after so long, BMWs in particular. Remember the Bangle era of the E60?
Yep,
That E60 is how old now? 20 years?
yep, yep.
And it still looks good.
Yeah.
Yep.
In fact, I did speak to Chris Bangle during the launch of that, and you know what he said?
You spoke to him?
Yeah. I spoke to him. Chris Bangle, the coolest guy. He's the coolest guy.
Yeah.
He just chill. He'll,
Yeah.
you know, if there was a mama, he will chill with you and the mama and drink teh tarik.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was looking into the future of how that he wasn't designing a car for now. He was designing a car for 20 years from now.
Yeah.
So when you look at an E60 now,
Yeah.
it still looks very good because of
looks
that
like the
flame
successor
surfacing
to
and
the-
it's like, you know, if you put them all in a line,
Yeah.
the E60 does not look like a logical progression from an E39.
It does
Yeah,
not.
At
yeah,
all.
yeah,
At all.
yeah,
yeah.
In fact, the one that came after the E60 was what, the F10?
Yep.
Correct.
The
Yes.
F10 looks like a more logical
Yes.
design
Yes,
successor
yes.
to the
Yes.
E39.
Correct.
The E60 fits nowhere in the BMW design timeline.
But
Yeah.
it's so beautiful.
But it's beautiful. Now you look at the flame surfacing, you see what he has done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this guy, and now I heard he's designing furniture. Interior design and stuff. He is amazing.
You know-
He actually looked into the future.
And the only generation where the 7 Series outsold the S-Class was the 7 Series that he designed.
And he designed
Yeah.
The ugly one.
the ugly one. Yeah, everybody called it
It
the
was
ugly one.
so ugly.
When they unveiled it,
Uh-huh.
I swear I saw people doing this in Geneva. They were like, and the only other time I've ever seen people do that was when they launched the brand new Ford Everest at the Bangkok Motor Show many years ago. They opened the covers and people said, "Please put the covers back." No, I'm kidding. They didn't say that. But it's an example of those cars that looked old when it was launched already.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of just no design inspiration. Kind of like,
Yeah.
okay lah, let's just launch it lah. Let's see if people buy or not. If they buy good, if they don't,
And then the
never mind
6 Series that he did, the Bangle butt.
Oh.
the Bangle butt.
Right.
Did you know if you pop that boot and look at it without, if you cover the boot, it looks like a 911?
Oh yeah, from the side. From the side. Right?
You missed the
Is that
turning, man.
Starlet? Oh no,
Oh.
that's a charade.
You missed the turning. You gonna do another round, is it? Or we
Yeah,
still-
I think we can just do another
Yeah,
round.
we can do another round. So, folks, sorry, we are digressing very much. Let's talk about the G20.
Or the E90.
Oh, you want to talk about the E90?
Yeah.
Oh, the E90. Actually, there was one car that I actually considered buying before I put money down on my E39.
You want to know the number one thing people did when they bought the E90?
What?
The first thing they did,
What did they do?
change the rims. BMW Malaysia totally underspec the rims.
Oh, the one where the side holes.
Yeah,
It's
Okay, this is the wheel arch, right? The wheel like this.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
I think it was
crazy.
the 320i's that had that rim.
Oh, it was.
I thought that's some hubcaps or something, you know.
It was a
I didn't know it was
horrible spec wheel.
But okay, horrible aside. At first I was like, why BMW Malaysia spec that, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, it's like, why would anyone in Germany design that at the first place?
I
Horrible
still,
looking
to
rims.
this day, believe they got it wrong in the specification order.
Actually, I think that period of
some-
time, BMW didn't have very nice looking rims, particularly the entry level ones.
Yeah.
I think someone inverted the colours of the drawing. They sent to the factory. The factory is like, oh serious? Oh, okay.
Okay, forgiven. I mean, all car companies make goofs. I mean,
Yeah.
for God's sake, Pininfarina designed the Hyundai Matrix.
Yeah. Okay, but you know the E90, right?
Yeah.
I think the E90 is one BMW model where the facelift
Yep.
really made a big jump from the pre-facelift model. I think the facelift E90 looked far better than
The tail lamps,
the tail end.
Mm.
Yes.
right?
Where they curved in a little bit
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the boot
yeah.
rather than just
Yeah,
being stuck
they
onto the
sharpen
side.
the
Yeah,
edges.
they sharpen the edges.
Yeah, instead of just
Yep.
one blob there that
Yeah.
looks like.
Correct.
I always
Yeah.
think it looks like a pair of fly eyes or something like that.
See, with this car, I noticed what you're doing. You're actually looking out for potholes. you
There
just
you go.
missed one.
Because
Well
my
done.
camera don't have optical stabilization.
Oh, okay. Right, sure.
But
That's
the
why.
E90 was, I think that was the heyday of. That's where BMW started shooting up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Overtaking Mercedes-Benz by far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in terms
yeah.
of
Big-
driver's cars, right?
Big,
Yeah.
No, global sales
Global
as well.
sales as well.
Global
Okay.
sales as well. I think what Chris Bangle did, he set the tone for BMW's rise.
Yeah.
You know, BMW
Yeah.
has always been like understated,
Yeah.
understated,
Yeah.
you know,
Pothole.
playing second fiddle and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
But after Bangle, it's as if consumers sense that confidence in
Yeah.
BMW,
Yeah.
that kind of flamboyance
Yep.
that he injected. into the
I
brand.
think the word you got right is flamboyance.
The flamboyance,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Bangle is a very flamboyant guy. I mean, he speaks fluent Italian, and he took to the stage when he was talking about the E60, and he was like,
He's an American.
I'm not sure.
I remember he's American.
Yeah, but he speaks fluent Italian.
Wow.
And he was on stage and he was just rattling off about the guy, and you could hear his passion and his enthusiasm.
That's how he persuaded the board with the 7 Series lah.
More than likely.
It looks good.
Yes,
It looks
you might not think so now, but you will in 20 years. People are gonna like it, and BMW were like, no, we need it now. We need the car to look good now. But
It's
he got it
amazing.
through.
Yeah.
Amazing, really amazing.
And that was the first car with iDrive.
Yeah.
Yeah, which took a lot of getting used to. They simplified it right at the next iteration.
But
They
it's-
simplified it.
I think that also marked the era whereby BMW actually introduced more innovations into cars. You know, traditionally,
Yeah.
Mercedes has been the one that
Yeah.
always introduced the latest stuffs, right?
Yeah,
But
this time
after the Bangle era, it's
It just seems like-
non-stop.
Yeah.
Heads-up display,
Yeah.
right? iDrive,
Yeah.
brake energy recuperation.
Yeah.
And I think
All these
iDrive
things.
was a very early attempt at an integrated infotainment system.
They started it.
They
Yeah.
started it.
Now everybody does it.
And
Because there was so much stuff in the car. How do you, if you have a button for everything you needed to do, there'll
Yep.
be 1,000 buttons on your dashboard.
Yep,
So
yep,
integrate it all into the iDrive.
Yeah.
Smart, very smart.
It's very forward-looking.
Yeah,
Right.
just like Bangle's designs, very forward-looking. The E60 still looks good today. In fact, any series drives by, if you will look at the E60.
And then another thing I noticed about BMWs, okay, back during my school days, right? I'm like, ew, so dull in the car. Mercedes looks so
Yellow
luxurious.
lines again.
But I noticed they age very, very well.
Yeah,
yeah.
They
do.
really age very well.
they do. Oh, 124 wagon.
Oh.
Well done. And he's got the cargo netting. And oh,
And
uncle.
this is a 330i24.
You see,
Yes,
you look at
very
W124,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
There's a cult following, right?
Yeah.
But that car is not a beautiful looking car, right? It has its clean designs,
yeah.
but it's not a pretty looking car. You
Yeah.
compare that to the E39,
Mm.
oh, by far, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
but
Definitely.
I mean, we appreciate the boxiness of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. But,
True.
But look at the old Beamers; they are all beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, go check out the video on the shoot that we did with the G20 and the whole 3 Series. I mean, it's on Bobby's channel, it's on Con's channel, it's on my channel. Check it out.
we
Because you're
generated
never
a
gonna
ton of
see
videos.
all those, even from the E21.
And you see,
All the way to the
that is the
G20.
thing about the 3 Series, it doesn't matter which generation of the 3 Series you own,
Yep.
but it is a car that inspires this enthusiasm
Yeah.
within you,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
Yeah, that
very true.
That it transcends the newness versus oldness of
So
your
can
car.
I say this? The E21 was never as crazy popular as the E30.
No,
No.
because it was appealing to a different target audience, I think, at the time. Because it was their first foray into the 3 Series.
Yep.
And like you rightly mentioned, it was their version of a family car.
Yeah.
You know, with only 2 doors. Can you imagine?
But the era was like
But
that.
that era
right?
was like that.
Just flip the seats and then climb.
yeah, climb into the back. Yeah.
That is beautiful. Beautiful.
What? Oh, the 159.
The Alfa Romeo.
Shit, I thought you were pointing at the X-Trail. Or worse, the Almera. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, the one thing, people like us, right? When someone points and look at something, oh, E400, it's never a woman.
Ooh, Cots Mammoth.
No, we will just point at cars, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And it can get very distracting, so be careful. Don't be like us. Keep your eyes on the road. Okay.
Yeah,
Then E90 after that, if F30.
yeah.
And that was the big change, right?
Oh, F30 was a massively successful car by BMW.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Do you know that
F30
the F30 matched the E90's total sales, but without having to count 700,000 cars that were sold as the 4 Series?
Oh, just the 3 alone.
3 Series sedan
Yep.
and touring, and
Yep.
maybe plus the Gran Turismo.
Oh,
Yep.
Touring.
All together add up is
Yep.
the same amount of E90s,
E92,
E91,
E93.
E90, yeah, all.
Wow.
So it was-
But the F30, I mean, you remember all of us when they unveiled it? Right.
Oh, the F30 is such a handsome looking
It's
car.
beautiful.
It is. It
And
is.
there's so many new design
E90.
features in that car.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. The headlamps melt into the
Yeah,
grille
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and all Yeah.
It's the first. It is the first BMW model that had all turbocharged engines.
You know what I like about that car is that, see, the Audi B8 came out in 2008.
Yeah.
Right, with electronic parking brake and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Then the F30 came out in 2012.
With a
Right,
mechanical hand.
with a handbrake lever.
handbrake lever.
That's what
It's
made
like
me.
they went.
Yeah, actually, you look at the F30 330i, right? It's a very unique product in a transition era. You know, it is a plug-in hybrid with a mechanical handbrake.
Yeah.
You can put full electric mode, and then
And full handbrake. Excellent.
That's the old Subaru showroom.
Yeah, the new one was back there. Okay, so 25 minutes and we're gonna keep rolling, but for this one,
Yep.
thank you Bobby, thank you Con, please go to their channels, and if you haven't subscribed, please do.
Guys, Chris Wee. Okay? Search him on YouTube. I'm gonna put his link is down here. Please subscribe to him, right?
My bro,
Please just
my
click
bros.
subscribe.
My bros, go find them,
you,
okay?
thank you,
Cool,
thank you.
Awesome. See you guys soon. Bye bye.